Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Well, then it wasn't very civil for you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's great for many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Come, we shall have some fun now. I'm glad they began asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you can find the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like. You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some breadcrumbs could have gotten in with it. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife.
It was the best butter, you know.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month and it doesn't tell what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time together.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course, just what I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give it up. That's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
I think you might do something better with the time than waste it in riddles that have no answers.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke to time.
Perhaps not, but I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he would do almost anything you wanted with the clock. For instance, suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning, just in time for lessons. You would only have to whisper to time, and round goes the clock twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner.
I wish it was.
That would be grand, certainly. But then I shouldn't be hungry for it, you know?
Not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you liked.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March. He went mad, you know. It was at a great concert given by the Queen of Arts, and I had to sing, "Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at." You know the song, perhaps?
I've heard something like it.
It goes on, you know, like this way. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen jumped up and bawled out, "He's murdering the time, off with his head."
How dreadfully savage.
And ever since that, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that why so many tea things are put out here?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we've no time to wash things between whiles.
Then you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so, as the things get used up.
But what happens when you come to the beginning again?
Well, suppose we change the subject.